All right. So, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We'll continue along with the head motions. Right now I've got the mouth up. I did very quickly try and see how the head motion on the mouth would feel right now. Not very good. It needs more complex mesh because it very much stretches very rigidly. So, realistically speaking, it should be okay, even if we don't add a extra bunch of vertices to the cover layer, given that it is hard forced to abide by the lip layer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I shouldn't this at this point. I'm gonna manually increase the vertice counts on these parts. Hopefully the fact that these aren't forming particularly nice triangles right now is going to poorly affect it. It should give me a little bit more leeway when it comes to the turn. Four divisions. That gotta be noticeable. Oh, the problem is, especially with the bottom part, I'm pulling the vertices really far from the base, but I can't really help that. Wait. Ooh, huh? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have a whole extra point here. Well, that explains a little bit of that. Alright, how's that feel? Was that done to this? Because we're currently getting effectively but point. Alright, well, I'm just gonna have to grab you in a little bit. Try and oh, cover piece. Right. It's pulling the whole thing in on the straight angle. Alright, fine. We are going to grab... not like that. We're going to grab these pieces. We're going to go ahead and copy the mesh again. Draw it onto here. Cut you out. Paste you in. Go from here and then go from here. And then once again, we're just going to go ahead and make sure all of this is just unbind. Okay, that should ensure that everything is square at least. I want to only grab the top bit, get that out of there, paste that in. Then we want to go from here and then from here to here, put that in. And we just want to make sure that this is all correctly bound again. So we're just going to hit and go through here, unbind, bind. And then just to make sure the glue is going to the red piece. Red being the lip portion. Okay, I don't know if I need more control points on the top, but I might be able to get away with a lower number of control points on the bottom. Hmm. I literally just doing divisions. Alright, fine. Right. What's the sit to by default? It's not sit. Glorious. Hold up. What's that called? Deform brush? Tools. Deform brush tool. You can kind of very clearly see where the line is having a lot of problems. Do I just redo the line entirely? Already pretty tight. Hello there, how you doing? Might honestly be better if I just redo the line if it's going to be that rigid. Anyways, welcome to the stream. Currently working through the head turn on the mouth. The line itself, I think, doesn't have enough of a mesh right now, so I'm making the executive decision to just redo the whole thing. We want to mirror. We want to do a 3. Actually, should I do a 2 or 3? 2 protects the line a little bit better. But regardless, so we want the repeated density to be incredibly small, because apparently it wasn't enough. How long? I've been doing it more or less on and off since... When was COVID? 2020? I've been doing it less more recently, given how long it takes to make a model. But otherwise, it's been a while. Usually, if I'm doing something a bit quicker, it's usually just a animated emote. I don't actually mess with full-size models as often. I do find it enjoyable. It's just the preparation process before you get to the live 2D software is very time consuming. And usually I want to pump things out a little bit quicker. So that's at least how I feel about it. Do I want the center point? Probably not. That's wrong button. Yeah, I do all of my own prep, unless on the occasion I get a commission where someone is bringing a prepared PSD, so I definitely understand all of that part. Yeah, let's just pop you up. There is a point in here, right? Yeah. Is there points in here? I really can't tell. Alright, we'll just get this to go like that, reform that. Okay, we're gonna use this much tighter mesh here, so we're just gonna take that. We're gonna pop that onto here. Okay, looking at it now, this is a lot tighter. And then we want to go here, here, and then we want to say bind. Oh, I didn't reconnect it. You need to go from here to here, and then from here to here. Pop that in. Glue. Actually, the glue probably is not fine, but I can wait for a moment. Pop that in, and then not the whole thing. Want to only select Pop part, pop that out, pop this in. That in, pop that in. Is that going to be a problem? I mean, that cuts that a little bit off. Shift that a bit. On a grand scheme, that shouldn't actually affect too much. Okay, day 1, 2, you, all of that, bind. And then we want to make sure glue is going to the line. So, as a fun story, I did not back up all of my art stuff. I instead opted to back up all of my important documents, like a rational adult, and then about a month ago, my motherboard fried. So I didn't technically lose all the stuff at that point. I got a new motherboard. I had to reinstall Windows because you had to do that when you get a new motherboard. Because apparently it installs the OS, and I didn't actually know that. For some reason, Windows was like, no, you cannot install Windows to the SSD, despite there being a partition there that we can just overwrite. And then I was like, okay, fine. So I was like, let me install it to my hard drive. And then the hard drive's like, no, you cannot install it here, even though there's plenty of space. So I was like, okay, fine, let me format my SSD, just like wipe it. And it's like, no, you can't format your SSD. It's like, what the hell do you want? So I ended up having to format my hard drive. And then I lived a month with Windows on my hard drive. I don't recommend. It's very slow. But that happened. So right now, this model is intended more to be a personal use model. It is very much just something I threw together that is more of a representation of my art style than any character, because when it comes to VTubing, I stop at the very description that Twitch tag gives it, which is I use the virtual arbiter. So everyone's favorite thing to say is that the model does not fit my voice, but that's not its purpose either, and I'm a very purpose and requirements oriented person. So see how that rolls with people after a while. Okay, let's just see what that's done to this. What's that done? PSA. I've been told I sound like a lot of things, one of them being Swedish, which I still don't understand, even though the only Swedish person I know is PewDiePie. Oh, let me, where is my, oh, my chat combiner's not on here. Hold up, let me just put my chat combiner in here. Hello to the YouTube side too. Let me just make it so that the two sides can actually see people talking. I have what I've been told by my colleagues, a very thick Kiwi accent, which I was not actually aware of how thick it was until I started working with a bunch of British people. Let me just you're linked. Okay, let me just go into here. Where is chat overlay? I want YouTube and Twitch. Hide the bot messages, hide commands. Go platform mic. Good enough. Alright, let me just throw this into here. A browser source. I really need to get a better chat combiner. I keep telling myself that, but I never do it. Okay, that should be sitting on the side. I don't know if it's working. Actually, I can test if it's working. Hold up. Let me just go into here and go test. That's ticked. Is it working? It is not working. Glorious. Oh no, it's working. Okay. Hopefully the Twitch side's connected. I didn't really take that good of a look at how the thing was going. Do I have the easy way to access the Twitch chat right now from OBS? I don't. Alright, well, I'm just gonna pretend that's actually working, and, anyways. Alright, how is Line feeling now? Line is no longer as jagged as it was before. Very good. Alright, and then, turn. How does Line feel here? Well, the shape doesn't feel quite right, but... What the heck happened here? Why is this doing that? What this could be... That's the wrong tool. We want to bring... Actually, I want to just pull this all the way in. It'll be like this, then this will be more like... Yeah. Like how that's... Also, I haven't done a actual model in a while, which requires precision in a lot of the motions, so I am definitely a little rusty here. Oh dear. This is not pointing into the chin. It shouldn't be so far forward. Hold up. This should be a little bit further back. And this should point into chin a little bit more. Part of me is telling me to not do both the top and bottom parts at the same time, but... Alright, tongue. Do I want to do the tongue separate from the mouth? Honestly, the mouth is just one fat shade of a thing, so... shit. Also, full warning that I am trying to change my workflow when it comes to live 2D VTuber models, so if the process seems very bad and inefficient or scuffed, that will be why. Okay, mouth inside, honestly, your job is to hide behind the cover, and honestly, I don't care what you look like. The tongue, on the other hand... we need the tongue to point this way, back up that way, and then I just need you to hide behind the cover and also not stick out that far. Hold on. You back up. Alright, have I actually missed the teeth? Where's the teeth gone? Trying a different thing with the teeth as well. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like... all of you need to set... Hold on, let me just... That's the wrong button. You and you. Actually, you don't clip to head color. I need you to clip to mouth inside specifically. Wait. Turn it off, please. Please respond. That'd be very helpful if you responded right now. Okay, good. It's now clipping to the mouth inside. So the teeth should only show within the mouth inside. Trying to do these back pieces a bit of a different way. Can I do these all together? There's absolutely no way in how I can do these all together. Alright, first up, we want to go... Do I spend the extra 2 deformers, or do I save on it and skimp on it? Let's try and skimp on it. Teeth. Okay, just skip the teeth part. Top, front, head, XY. Let's make a whole bunch of deformers. Yeah, at the very least, I had the sensibility to prepare it. Whether I'm gonna use it or not is a different matter, right? That's usually how it goes. It's like you end up preparing a bunch of stuff, and it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna use this. It's sometimes the final reality, but left. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want you to have a headaches. Oh, actually, wait. I actually want to change this a little bit by default. Let me just unlock my defaults, which always frightens me a little bit to do. We're going to just have you shift so that you are slightly more curved this way when the mouth is at the default open. Actually, where is this right? It's not even in view. I want the bottom teeth in view by default. Should at least be a bit, right? Alright, let's before I lock my defaults again, let's get you, and we're just gonna bring you up. I don't like that. In fact, I'm also gonna move you up a little bit. Okay, let's lock the defaults. Alright, headaches output. I know, right? Or the best one is when you do something and then you Control Z, Control Y, Control Z, Control Y, just decide if you like it or not. This does have Control Y, right? Yeah, it does. It's got redo. Okay, we want you to shift, bring you around. We don't really want to see the back part of the teeth unless the angle is viewing from the top or the bottom. I'm really deciding if I want to show the bottom teeth or not. I think here there should at least be, where's bottom left? Should be able to see what. It should be behind the tongue. Let me just go over to here. Is there an easy way for me to get this behind the tongue if I'm lazy? If I'm lazy, we just do it like this. Alright. Like when you draw the whole thing correctly ordered so you don't have to mess with it. Because messing with the draw order is just annoying, to be perfectly honest. So that means that we should be able to see the teeth, which should really have a line on the other side. I should have a line on this side as well. Actually, wait. I'm never gonna see this side because this will always be behind the tongue. You know what? Scrappy ass solution, but we're gonna be very lazy about this. You are now gonna be left, and the other one's gonna be right, and we're just gonna flip them over. Let me just rename this to something else so that I can rename. This is definitely not the way to do it. Blah, 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 blah. What do we want to do here? We want to rename you to right. Let's see if I can do this in an elegant way that doesn't completely screw up everything. Otherwise, I'll go back into Up Studio and get this adjusted. I should be able to just reflect the whole thing over along the axis, the center axis, so that should not cause a issue realistically speaking. Because I should be able to grab you and if I mirror these, does that mirror the art mesh below it, or does it? I actually don't know if that moves. You are the old left, and you have been flipped over. Where have you been flipped over? Oh wait, no, you actually need to flip. You need to just flip over so that the line is on the outside. Can I just flip that right on the spot? Oh, very good. Okay, yeah, that could work. So when we move this along, we open the mouth, and then we can see the left teeth. Oh, we don't need this to be overly precise. We just grab it, and we kind of have teeth sticking out from behind tongue. Maybe not that much. Maybe we'll just bring it in a bit. Oh, I like that. This is very much relying on how hidden it is, because there's a fat chunk of mesh just like hidden underneath the tongue. How do I feel about that? Is this going to work at a different angle? That's also another question. I mean, the teeth don't have any extra coloring on it, so realistically speaking, it should be fine. What do I do with this? You could just sit somewhere here. I don't really care what you're doing. Then you... What should I get you to do? You can kind of just sit here and be pretty. You're not really visible. This only really makes for a different angle. Actually, let's... Probably shouldn't be too wild with it. Let's actually do this kind of properly. Front would end up... is there a good way for me to squeeze the flesh part of the tongue inwards without deforming the side too much? Oh no, I could kind of go like this. Because I know where the root of the tongue needs to be about, so we can judge that and use that to form the teeth around. Oh, get away, please. It's still wild to me how aggressively Live 2D puts the, what you call it, selection box around the deformer. And then you just kind of need to slide into here. You actually don't. Is that where this should sit? Because you're only going to see this when the mouth, when the head lifts. So you're looking at the underside of this teeth. That's kind of how that needs to sit, right? Right now, though, you can just sit on this edge here, and you can just sit on the edge here, and I'll figure out what you need to do later. Alright, what's that actually turned into? Surprisingly sensible. Actually, very surprisingly sensible. Okay, I can live with that. Love my people. What do we want here? I should just mirror the left, so let us go into the... I won't overwrite anything, so it's actually faster if I just go that. Okay, so when HID lifts, we want the mouth to be about, well, like here-ish. How do I feel about that? Not great. Oh, no, that's... I managed to eyeball that correctly. What is... apparently making this not... Ah. Is this further out? And why is this piece in particular not centered? That pisses me off very mildly that this deformer isn't centered. Probably because one of my covers isn't properly mirrored, isn't it? In terms of the mesh, because it has to surround the whole mesh correctly. Actually, does this piece need to actually cover the... covers as well? Because covers are moving entirely with the glue. Let me try something. We grab you and you. We're gonna make a deformer that only encompasses this. So let's call it lip shape or something. Here, Y. We're just gonna make a copy of this for a moment. And we're going to put you in as the parent. And we're just going to get this to insert everything. So this also has the whatchamacallit hit XY right now. So we put it into here and we just shift this down to here. But we don't actually care about what the cover is doing beyond this boundary to begin with. So in theory, it should still be fine when the mouth... Oh. Ah, right. That's not it. Oh, the good thing is that we could just grab this and shove this back into here. Alright, well, that explains a lot. You know, I still don't know about what the cover to be this big. Alright, well, why is this not balanced? Why is this not balanced? This is not balanced, right? This... kind of annoying that I had to, like, look at this, try and eyeball the crap out of it without my center point showing me exactly what is happening. But this is... Oh, let's be smart about it. Let's actually just use technology because technology exists. Flip. It sticks out. It sticks out on one side. Glorious. Alright, where is this? Let's just make you mirrored to... That might help a little bit when it comes to adjusting everything else. Or as mirrored as I can get it. Why is all this stuff currently open? Please collapse and not be in the way. Okay, so when we do this now, it shouldn't look really fuzzy to my eyes. I think it's like still a slight issue where the former itself isn't properly centered, which is hilarious. No, it's 100% a little bit off. It's literally just because it's not centered. The former itself's not centered. So all of the reference points are like just a slight tad off. Is that really what's causing this? There's also the reality that this is close enough. Alright, we'll just live with that, and then if it really pisses me off later, we'll mess with it again. Do I care about what you're doing? Oh, really? And then... Huh? Well, that is very clearly not balanced. That's hilarious. What's happening here? Why is this further up? That is way too aggressive. I really need more busy divisions. This is really not doing it for the curve. I think something about there is within acceptable boundaries. What does that do to this? Okay, that means that the teeth then end up in a spot where you are going. Really should have made this like fundamentally smaller. And then at this angle, you will see maybe a little bit of this, which means that we probably actually want this at a very angle. That ain't it. That is 100% not it. Should I just make it smaller so that I can... I honestly also in a way don't feel like the head is turning enough to warrant this at the top. Okay, maybe we'll just go without you and you. not really contributing. Let me just get out of here. Oh, right. They have a... Just turn those off visually. Not you. Where is you? Also, I'm not turning the head by that much. I probably shouldn't be going too aggressive with this to begin with. As I begin to press down on it very aggressively. Honestly, that's probably enough for that part. I'd really need to have made these teeth bits significantly smaller than I. Actually, if I'm only pressing it down by this much, this is actually perfect. Because what you get is this, and then this, and this, effectively. Maybe a little bit. Okay, then by default, I need this to be hiding behind the tongue to begin with. Alright, defaults, unlock them. So by default, they kind of already need to be like this. Ah. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, the fact that this deformer is like very mildly off center is really causing a problem. I mean, that's within acceptable bounds, I think. Where's the tongue? I think I'm actually gonna get you to squeeze in, but that's just not as much of that on the side. That's correct. I don't want any of the top teeth to be mildly visible from front. I think I still like want a little like just off so that there's a little bit of motion of it moving away. Should still be a little. No. I think I want it. Being able to see the teeth here. Mess of the teeth a bit more during the more detailed mouth open portion. Okay, so that means that then we need to go here, we need to go here. What is the nose doing? Why is the nose doing a circular motion here? Do you not need to interpolate? Either you don't interpolate, that you're doing this direct transformation. Maybe the right spot. That about the right spot? Alright. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Hello there, how you doing? I'm currently in the process of making funny noises as I decide on how much I like the mouth here. As my very rusty ass tries to remember the best way to go about doing mouths. I feel like this should be more forward. It should not be any more forward than that. Am I turning the head enough to... Also these... Okay, let me... Alright, we're going 15 by 15. Yeah, that helps the visions a little bit there. Ah. Ooh. Ah. You. No. That was quick. Okay, wrong tool. Now, when you start moving the divisions one by one, and you know it's getting really bad. The chin not far out enough? Why does this feel weird? No, it should be about here. You lip around here, and then that goes down through the chin. Okay, we'll just live with this for now until I decide that it pisses me off and I'll change it later. Same strategy for everything. Okay, mouth inside. You get back here, tilt a bit, hide down the back. Job done. You. Okay, first up, you're in the way, so let's just get you. Tilt. Surprisingly close to what I need, but... how's that? That ain't it. Hello there, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm in the process of making a lot of funny noises while I decide how I feel about this, but... Anyways, doing some live 2D rigging. This is why I never know if I want to include teeth or not. Even though usually if it's actually done correctly, it looks a bit nicer. At least the style really doesn't call for it. You more this way, you more this way, you back. I think I'm pulling it up too much on one side. Alright, how do I feel about that? I can live with that. How precise does this need to be? Is that about right? Something along the lines of... I can live with that for now. Alright, do we want to be able to see any teeth from the bottom here? Not really. We'll just hide this completely underneath then. And we'll just hide this completely underneath. Just want to keep it moving just so that there's not any weird like high-speed transitions when it moves into place. Ah. Which noise? Is there... Did I do it for the side? Okay, you. Reflect. Along the X. I feel like I don't want to tilt it this much. Just bring down the tilt a little bit. A little bit more this way. Can I live with that? Okay, I feel okay with that. Hey! Why is that like very mildly off? And realistically, I'm gonna have to like reshape these anyway. I can live with that. Alright, you get in behind here. So, good enough. You get in behind here. You need to be like less of this, a bit more of this, a bit more of this, and a bit more of this. Maybe a little bit more tilt. And this is also sticking out. You back up. You. More this way, more this way. Lift that. Lift this. I can live with that for now. Alright. The bottom. Actually, wait, no. Should be not as much of this angle. Should be like a little bit. I don't know if this should be just like a little bit. It should be a little bit. Should it be a little bit? I think on the side, because we're actually at a not as sharp angle, have like a little bit of teeth showing here, but just like not too much. I feel okay with that. Basically like a little bit of teeth that might poke out from under the lip. So this kind of very simplistic line style mouth. Not completely unfixable through. Alright, what are you doing? You are... no, not you. You. Something kind of like that. That's not unreasonable. Okay, we'll live with that for now. Okay, and because I'm lazy, we're just gonna go ahead and go... copy, paste. Is this in the right spot for me to just flip it over? That's right, yeah. You reflect. I reflect this? I do, right? No, I do not. Actually, can I just reflect it? Hold up. No, I just needed to flip. Am I doing this wrong? Yeah, I need to... Wait, this is not even the right piece anymore. Where did my piece go? Copy paste. Flip it. That's on the other side. Then... why is this not the right piece? Why does it keep deleting the piece I copy? Now, let me just... oh, right, because going on the other side is not doing it. That'll be a problem. Okay, let's actually be a little bit smart about this. Let's go. When you go this way, let me just copy this and... plop it onto here. Okay. Then when we do this, copy this and plop it onto here. And then when we do this, did I just do it right? Still on the right piece? I did not. What did I just do? When you do this, we want you to be on this. And then when you do not this, we want you to be on this. I think that's correct. Then for the top front, the bot front, the tongue, the mouth, and the actual mouth shape, we can just reflect all of the motions against the x-axis. So that should provide a complete only move right. You at this point or you at this point. Okay. Then you at this point for you at this point. Anything else? Wait. There's a bit where it just crisscross. Why the crisscross? It's not moving some parts. But let me just figure out what this is. When this is like this, so when sure. Something's not moving here. You. So when you are like this, you need to be like this. Okay, and do you specifically... Actually, what happens if I interpolate this on the mouth? Does that make it better or make it worse? That's just a top. Okay, it's just a top ones that I'm not using. Oh, you know what? Let's just turn these off fully. So if I just select all of this, it should automatically not select, right? Oi, select. Alright, what happens if I ellipse into place these? Does that help or does that not help? It does not help. Okay, no, I think it works for the mouth, but it does not work for the teeth. I think you can interpolate. Nope, the whole thing needs to just not play, I think. What kind of hideous thing have I turned this into? Where is mouth? Can I keep this open? I think on the down I do keep the mouth open or the teeth visible. There's too big of a motion going from the other decisions if I don't let it be visible. Also, I think this whole part can move up a little here. I should not move up a little here. Why does the rest of the face work with interpolation and that's always the biggest question. I still want the same like round curve of the motion on the mouth, but I've just done it in a way that it doesn't really work. It's just the way I do work with the formers. I don't need the curve transformation of every vertex here. I mean, I guess the mouth I definitely didn't need it, given the way it did it, but... Alright, well, don't question it, it works. Alright, do I do the ears, or do I just slam in the hair? Man, I freaking hate messing with the ears. Oh, let me sit down. Alright, how do I want to do this? Honestly, I'm only going to do one side. Yeah, you know what, I should am. Alright, you. Why is this a 2x3? Oh, it's because of, was within the hair stuff before. I want to tilt that a bit more. Hmm. Okay, so the problem this time is that I don't have hair to just cover the ear on the other side this time. Which means that I need to find a way to hide it as the head turns. Now what is the best way to deal with that? Because the ear itself will literally end up somewhere around here. Like literally about there, facing like this. Well, it is time for a mask. Let's see. Alright, here it is. The Great Square of I Need a Mask. PNG. Alright. I need to go to... where is this? Texture. No, I don't want to replace the modifier. Okay, it's better if I just shove this into... where's the PSD? Give me that mask. Oi, why won't you... Why can't I... Ah. Why does it not let me do transform? Okay, that bothers me. Hold up. Where's... where do you do shortcut keys in this thing? I don't think I've missed the shortcut keys in shortcuts. Do select. No, not select, is it? It is... is it? Transform, right? Scale, rotate, Control T. Why is Control T not working? Why you no work? I have something... I don't have any locking, I just have my numpad on. Nothing should be locking this. I can still go transform, scale, rotate. Wait. That's actually just not working. What? Okay, that actually bothers me a lot more than everything else. I can move it with the object tool, but that's not exactly how I'd like to do it. Well, whatever, there's a mask in here now. Tasty. In here. Okay, so because I very intelligently made it green, and I'm using a green screen background here. Why is it? Did it? Okay, good. We made them up. Very good. Alright, you in, you out. Then we're just gonna go back to transparent background. We're gonna grab the mask. Probably should have made it round. Looking at it now, but the fun bit is that when we make a mesh for this to form around this shape, we can actually just grab a thing here and just go. Not like that, but we can just cut into this ourselves. You know what? Let's actually make this a bit. So basically the ear, wait, I need you, oh, we're just gonna call you ear mask. Either we use this, wait. Oh boy. You, when ear, flip, invert, invert, okay, so that when mask, let's just chuck this in with the ear pots to make sure it's sitting there. Technically I should do this on the other side as well, but that side's blocked by hairs and it might literally not matter. I'll mess with it again if it doesn't matter. I'm not being very careful with how I'm placing this. Tuck it into the ear. I'm gonna call this ear mask. Just so I don't have any transformations happening on the art mesh level, we're just gonna give this a former right ear mask, ear XY. So basically, using the same points here, the things we care about are, at this point, that it is pretty much on the line to start blocking out the ear. And as it turns, that it is actually covering the ear. Basically, this just needs to move the side of the head, right? Let's just say at this negative 0.5 that you're already like sticking to the edge of the head here. I'm gonna have to sacrifice a little bit of this ear just to make this work nicely. Basically, once it reaches this point, it needs to tuck behind the head and just hide behind it. So we're gonna like try and very aggressively stick to the line here. It's fine if it clips a little bit. We just need the ear out of there. It's gonna be a quick motion, so realistically speaking, it should just get out of the way straight away. And then we can go like, I believe we go like this, right? And then it should still work. Okay, maybe a little too aggressive at this 0.5 point. Pull it back just a tad here. That's about as cleanly as it can be. Done in a somewhat elegant way. And that's about as elegant as I can make it. Oh, right. You just need to get out of the way. Just be over here somewhere. Honestly, I don't care what you're doing. Just get out of the way. You're not visible normally anyway, so just sit to the side. Oh, I do need it on the left side. That's fine. We'll mess with that after the right ear is fully in place and we can just mirror it across. Oh, I hate missing the ear. Bup, 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 bum. Alright, now what do I do about this? Oh. Oh, that extra point is such a pain in the butt. That's about as nice as I can make it. Probably a more elegant way. I should just find on how to do the ear. Also, it's probably better if I mask it when it's coming forward than when it's going back. But the way I've done the hair, it needs to... I guess I could start the mask already in place if it's forward. Really, when it's moving around the back, that's really a problem. Okay, that's about as elegant as it's gonna get. Okay. Alright, what kind of hideous thing is this right now? Yeah, it really kind of just swings out of the way. Alright, we'll just live with that and just see if it gets any worse. Alright, April Fools indeed. Happy April Fools to you too, I guess. Alright, we need to take this mask, paste it, chuck it into here. Gonna call this the left ear mask. We're going to grab both of you. No, we're going to grab you. We're going to just reflect you along the center axis. That should behave. Alright, then, realistically speaking, I should be able to just do this, plop this out, change these to the left side. And then grab you to reflect that, flip the head X. And now, what was that doing? Oh, okay. Then we chuck you into here. Why do I call this here? Oh no, wait, yeah. Here XY. Then chuck you into here. Alright, let's see what kind of craziness this is doing. This is not masking right now because you are the left ear mask and you need a clip to here, invert. Alright. It's not elegant, but it works. Here kind of flips out of the way when it goes round the head. Enough. Okay, so that is effectively head. Now, there's time for hair. Where's the shadow? Dude. He's not. Where is shadow? These are multiply layers. Why does it look a little weird? Up to you as one part. This is the ponytail. This is all effectively the left side here. Then this is effectively. I'll go right, pull up the top. Then we'll go. The rest of this is. Oh wait. What top and back are the same? Top, back, and together. Then the rest of this is effectively the front. Alright, time to make a whole bunch of performers again. Can I actually stop this from adding a 2 to the back of the next thing? Is that a thing I can do? I guess it's that, but... There's more things I need to pay attention to. It's probably fine. Rename it every time I need to. And I need to go front. We just go lift ultra hit XY. Okay. Um. All right. What's the best way to go about this? I can't see through my silhouette. There's definitely a part where I'm gonna have to like slowly look at it after all of it has pieces together. Also, at least for these long pieces, these definitely need a more complex division. Um. Bring that there for now. How do I feel about this? Wrong button. Okay, you, and you need to turn off. Well, Um, 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 okay, we're gonna just leave it here for today. The hair should probably be focused around the bottom, much more like around the brow level, because when it comes down to it, this is kind of the line we're actually caring about, like right here. Because otherwise, the rest of this is going to be covered permanently for the most part. None of this is going to be revealed because this is going to slide along. So this is the edge of the visor, so this will slide along to about here, kind of. The idea is that this is supposed to be very round and it's actually wrapping more around the head on this side than looks. Probably say like a just under 180-degree coverage was kind of the image, somewhere between like maybe 125 to 180-degree coverage of the head was the at least the envisionment. Is why this ends up looking a little bit weird. This has to kind of wrap around the. Let me just grab all these shadows. Where's the other shadow here? Here and here. Fuck's sake. Alright, you. And then you. Actually, wait, no, not. Just you for now. You all need to clip to head color. Please. What is this shadow that's hanging out here? What is this? What is this currently clipping to? the whole head. Head color. Alright, what is this piece? The hair one? Oh, the hair one. Okay, yeah, fine, because there's hair behind it. Alright, but anyways, the hair has begun to move. It needs to move a little bit less. It's a little bit too much for right now, but that can wait for next time. So once the hairs, all of the hair is in motion, I think I am going to just export this out and start doing some live testing so that I can every now and then glance at OBS and decide if something looks absolutely ridiculous in the way it's moving. That will probably be prior to physics. We'll do the whole head part, pump it out, do the physics while it's in live action on the stream, and we'll do fixes from there along the way as the next parts are worked on. I think that'll be the general workflow. So anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of Live to the Rig. If you want to see more of this, remember to be subscribed or followed, depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like because it helps me out, and I'll see you all again next time.